welcome. And I guess I'll just bring this screen across in through to here. I guess at the moment, everyone's in the same boat, and that is we're just trying to get through as much as we possibly can. And although we've been talking about this for a couple of months now, and then a couple of weeks, and now we're at a stage where it's only a couple of hours. So we really want to just make sure that we get through a number of these. I'm going to work as fast as I possibly can. And what I'd like you to do, if you can actually, if you haven't already downloaded or opened it, open the screen, open the documents that are in the chat. The first one is this one. It's the ultimate last minute 66-point implementation checklist. So this is the way it's going to work. I'll just go through these and we really just sort of need to tick them off. But what I'd like you to do is to go through and then just check it. You know, where are you up to? If you've printed these out, just put a tick down below and then count how many you're either positives. It's probably okay. It's a yes or it's a no. This will start to give you an idea of where you're tracking. So let's kick off. And the first one is I really want to just talk. There's a number of people here in the group today that I'm working with, so they'll understand the framework. But there's 14 different areas, whether we've got staff training, software. But I've created a whole Trello board around this and been working for a number of weeks around the Trello, around the program to manage this rollout. So let's kick off in through to here now. The first one, staff training. So let's have a look at this and make sure that over the weekend, the leasing team, if you can go through, if you already had a chat with your leasing team, what to say and what not to say. So if you've gone through and they're absolutely fine, they know exactly what they need to say and what they don't need to say. If you haven't, then it'd be a no. If you have, then it's jump out of there. It's a yes, and you're actually on the board with one already. Maybe write some notes in through to here also. If you still need to be able to do this work, I would suggest, particularly for the leasing, I would suggest we need to do that before we close off today. As I was saying to a group this morning, with the leasing, for most of us, the Residential Tenancies Act kicks in on Monday. For leasing, it kicks in tomorrow morning when you're first out there, because what you say tomorrow and what you're advertising tomorrow and the information that you're going to be talking about will be for all the applications that you're going to get on Monday. So we'll keep going through. If you're using OneForm or Inspection Express, have they been uploaded? Have they been updated? And more so, if you're looking at any other form as well, have the staff been trained around the changes? And if not, where are the webinars? So let's have a look at the webinars that have been coming out. Have you saved those? And are they sitting in the system somehow? I'd actually start to create those for future training. So it's a yes or it's a no. There's a whole series of special conditions that you're going to need to apply. Are they ready? Have you actually already done those? Is it a yes or a no? And two of the ones that we're going to kick off with to start with, I think that there needs to be two real separate variations to the leases. One that all properties will need, but then there's others that'll be specific to a property, such as embedded network, car stackers, specific owners corporation, those sorts of things. So are you aware of those? And what I'd be doing right now is I'd be training specifically on the properties that are vacant at the moment. So if you've got 20 properties being open tomorrow, or 30 properties, or 50 or 100, whatever it may be, they're the ones that we need to focus on to start with. Once you're focused on those, then the rest of it we can actually work through over time. Staff training with regards to leasing, make sure you're talking about minimum standards, ingoings, routines, and exit, the new minimum standards. This is really important. And I'd be suggesting from the next couple of weeks, maybe 6 to 12 weeks, that you're actually doing maybe 2 staff sessions a week, maybe just do 2 half-hour blocks, make sure that they're done. If you can do 3, I've got to get into the minimum standards, suggest creating a separate checklist, but these are around making sure that you've got the staff trained on what they need to be looking for when they're going out and doing inspections, ingoing, routines, and exit inspections. So one, you're going to need to have a checklist, but then secondly, this is where I'd probably suggest also bringing in a tradesperson, maybe get your builder, your handyman, or go out onto a couple of the inspections when they're doing, when you're engaging a company around minimum standards. Creating FAQs. I know I'm working with a couple of officers when I'm talking about this at the moment. So create a series of standardized, systemized FAQs when you're going through the group. So when you're going through the week, next week, start to group all of the questions that come through. If it's the same question that's being asked by a number of different people, whether it's a tenant or it's a landlord, if it's the same question, then what you might want to do is then create a video. And what I've spoken about is you can ring 500 people. You can spend the next couple of weeks ringing everyone out, everyone in your database, and speaking to them, or you can create a video. So it's either one to all or one to many. And I think the one-to-many approach is what we need at the moment. With so many different things we need to do, we want to really try and get through as many of these as we can.